Happy New Year, everyone. This is Miko Evans
George Carlton.
and you're tuned in to the first episode of 2025 right here on Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. Yeah! Happy New Year once again to our viewing audience, and you're tuned in to a new episode, our first episode of 2025, right here on Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. And guess who I have in the studio with me? Brother George Carlton.
Here I am.
The president of the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals, aka MAAP. And we've been media partners with MAAP for the longest time.
Oh, long before it was even
Okay, long before it was
it's been
now.
a minute.
For a hot minute and stuff. And this is the first time that we're actually bringing him into the studio. So before we get started with our conversation, for more information about how you can actually support our show, as we're still in the midst of our 15th anniversary in media, please check out all of the information located at the bottom of your screen. And do not forget to subscribe and check out all of the information that's below or right here on our YouTube channel. And once again, thank you all so much for supporting us for 15 years of media. To all of our community partners and other media colleagues and stuff, and everybody that's been supporting us over the years, thank you so much. Are you ready for the new year?
Am I ever? Yeah. I think we are all looking forward to a really great 2025. It's like a landmark year for a lot of folks that I've been talking to, and certainly for MAP, right? It's
Yes.
a big year for Meak Productions as well.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And let's get into first and foremost for everybody who probably has forgotten. I know he was on our show when we did our first pre-anniversary season back in 2023. But kind of give everybody a snippet of how long you've been with MAP, because I remember when you just started as a regular volunteer before you even got into the official board and stuff like that. So kind of tell us how you found out about MAP. Let's kind of go a trip down memory lane.
Well, you're the record keeper for a lot of us, aren't you? Yeah, I personally have been a part of MAP for probably 7 years, I guess now. That sounds about right. It's also odd to me. I feel like time since the pandemic hasn't really counted, but now it's been 5 years. It's half a decade. But I've been part of MAP for, I think, about 7 years. And started out as a volunteer. As a lot of our folks do, MAP is an all-volunteer organization. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. So all that we do and have ever done, I think, is thanks to the work of our volunteers and our board members. So they do an amazing job. After I started volunteering with MAP, that created a lot of consistency for me to go. And like a lot of organizations, MAP is really just as good as you make it.
Absolutely.
So presence is a huge deal. You can't really build relationships, and we're a relationship organization. So without the time being put in. So after I was a volunteer, I became board member for marketing and kind of helped rebrand MAP. And then during the pandemic, became president. So
Yeah.
it's been a really meaningful thing for me. Of course, I would be passionate about, hopefully, right, if I'm president. But I really am passionate about the mission that we have. And that mission is to create space for anyone to bring their whole self to a professional LGBTQ plus community. And that's really actionable at every phase of that statement. So everyone, meaning Atlanta is a diverse place, right? And any city is, but Atlanta in particular has a rich history. So for anyone to bring their whole self means a lot of different things for a lot of different people. I recognize like we're all at intersectional levels of identities and also like what we feel comfortable with. So we want people, no matter their gender identity, what they believe, their background, their race, their ethnicity, or how they love, to feel comfortable being in a space where they can be exactly who they are. Because once you feel that for the first time, you realize, like, if you've been blocking off part of yourself, particularly for us, we're a professional organization, but between your personal and professional life, if you had a rift there, it's very difficult to really show up your best. And I don't know if folks realize that until you've really experienced not having a rift there. And I know that was the case for me. So we're really, really passionate about that, and we've seen that MAAP has developed quite a bit over the past 5 years. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the former president, actually the first president of the MAAP
Right.
brand, because I know he was a part of the board during the last years of AEN, which is the Atlanta Executive Network, which was the former name of this organization. Shout out to Joshua Lorenz McElroy. He was the one that to actually take MAAP to the next level, making sure that a variety of people was involved, not just from an age perspective, but making sure that all of the letters of the LGBTQ plus community was involved. So he was the one to start that. What I like about your leadership is that you all took it further to make sure that there were even more young professionals that were involved and stuff. Because, like, you know, mostly with the old setup of AEN, it was mostly those, you know, adults, middle age, you know, and older, but you didn't see too many young professionals in the organization. And I know Joshua and yourself, y'all was able to take that concept to the next level to make sure there were more people from the current generation involved with that. You being, I think you and a few being the first to actually be a part when you started off as volunteering. So I like what you all have done to take the organization further. Let's talk about, before we talk about what's in store for 2025, let's talk about the best of last year as it relates to MAAP. Y'all had a lot of events last year. And out of all of the events, let's start with which one was your favorite?
Oh my gosh. Which was my favorite? I think this year we've really had some great events. We've returned to, so I say two things. One, we've returned to more traditional networking. So we do structured networking, meaning that it's not just open chit-chatting, which is really helpful. Some people don't feel comfortable just going into a room and making friends. And sometimes I'm that way. All of us kind of are on a spectrum of that. So we do speed networking, structured networking, but we've gone back to some real consistency with like queer-owned places like MSR, forming relationships with them, coming back to like Ex Midtown Bar and Grill, new relationships with Felix. But they happen to be bars, but those bars are places that have long been safe places for our community. So it's really important that we have that networking there that's really informal. We've also built upon some really long-standing partnerships with MAAP. So we have several key events throughout the year. So we have like a Pride Party in June. Those are our big ones. And my favorites are always probably the Pride Party in June, and then we have our Out on Film pre-party. And also shout out to Josh Lorenz. He really has done an amazing job, well, both with MAAP and with Out on Film. So that man just has a heart for our community.
Yes, he does.
But every year MAAP kicks off Out on Film as in support of them, as a lot of folks are. And Out on Film is the largest, at least in the Southeast, I think, one of the largest in the country.
Yes.
Queer film festivals, and it's every year from like late September, early October timing.
And they're actually the event that leads into the annual Atlanta Pride Festival.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
right. So they're great, and so we kick that off, and then we have our holiday party, which is always one of my favorites too, because we get to wrap up the year and just kind of put a bow on it by donating toys to another partner organization, which is For the Kid and All of Us, which is an amazing organization. I'm personally very passionate about what they do. To give toys to kids who otherwise wouldn't have them for the holiday season. So I think probably a theme of it is that connection is events that really foster that for me. Folks that are on boards know that like we have a shared experience, right, that serve our community, the nonprofits that serve the LGBTQ plus community in Atlanta. And the more times we can come together, I think, is really powerful. So I think the connective tissue between our organizations, and then what we bring to the folks within our community, right, to connect with each other, whether it's over sports, which isn't really I'm not called to kick a ball around.
Okay.
But the sports, or it could be through professional, business development, that kind of thing. So it's important that we really connect with each other.
Let's give a shout out to another colleague of ours who's been a partner with this organization for a long time. Shout out to Bill Kalin
Oh my gosh.
of
Yes.
Bill Kalin Marketing, because he's actually the main key when it comes to various locations that you all have had MAAP events at.
Yes.
And when I tell you these locations are the bomb, you know, our agency, we've done a couple of you know, photo shoots and co-marketing campaigns with some of the properties that Bill Kalin Marketing is actually doing business with. And so just shout out to Bill Kalin Marketing for the excellent locations that, you know, he's provided for you all and stuff like that. Because I forgot, y'all had a couple of events at certain locations that, you know, Bill Kalin was actually involved with. One in particular, the newly restored Wiley Hotel.
Yeah, we had a couple there this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know the Out on Film VIP pre-party was there in partnership with you all, and of course the holiday party was there.
Yes. Yeah, so two of our bigger events, and Bill Taylor Marketing is a phenomenal sponsor,
Yes.
as is Meak Productions. I mean, you both have been, I think, some of MAAP's longest partners, and both of you are integral to the organization being a success. For Bill, we'll work with his team, who are all phenomenal
Yes.
at hosting some of our larger events. So, like I mentioned, we have our in June Pride Party every year, and then we'll have a Out on Film pre-party, then we have another Pride Party in October, and then we have a holiday party. So at least like 4 events a year we'll do with him, but the more the better, because that team is amazing. And they do help us just reach different parts of Atlanta. So in, you know, MAAP, we're mapping Atlanta with the different locations around in the city and around it.
And I also like the fact that some of the areas that you all have had your events at also features LGBTQ plus owned and operated businesses, which is very important.
That's huge.
And it's going to be more of a key importance for this year due to what's going on in the political climate, as you know, everybody's getting ready to be prepared for. So, and that's a topic for another show, Chad.
It's a whole sermon.
Okay.
I mean, that's going to be a lot, but we're together in it. It's true.
Yeah, we're in together in it and stuff. Let's go ahead and take our only commercial break. And when we come back, we have more with George Carlton. But during this commercial break, we're going to take you on a trip down memory lane to one of the signature events that we had a chance to do some video coverage at for the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals. So stay tuned. We have more in store. That was good.
So just make your way to your seats whenever y'all get your drinks, get everything going. We've got slips up here. Make sure to grab a packet of slips and pencils, and please write your name on one of the slips and bring it up here before we start questions so we can get your team names registered. You got that, guys? We got it. Thank you, bye. Listen, all right. My girl, what's her name? Everyone say it together. Harriet Goodhue Hosmer. She was a sculptor. Y'all made me say that 100 times. Our next question. Settle down, everyone.
You're tuned in to Meak Productions syndicated shows. Don't go anywhere. We do have more in store.
Greetings, this is Darlene Hudson, co-founder of the Southern Unity Movement Incorporated. After our most recent national election, now more than ever is the time to be unafraid and ready to change. Join us as we stand powerful together at the annual Bayard Rustin Audre Lorde Community Breakfast, our official LGBTQ celebration for Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Monday, January the 20th, live at the Loudermilk Center in downtown Atlanta. Doors open at 9 a.m. and breakfast is served at 10. Free admission with RSVP. This event will not be possible without our annual donors, volunteers, and sponsors. For more information about being a sponsor, volunteering, and to RSVP, please visit southernunity.org. Once again, that's southernunity.org.
Hey there, this is George Carlton, President of the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals. Are you looking to expand your business, seeking employment connections, or want to grow your professional network but don't love traditional networking? The MAAP is right for you. As Atlanta's first LGBTQ+ business association, we pioneered partnerships and networking with Atlanta's leading changemakers to help you connect authentically, in person and online, with people from diverse industries, identities, and histories. For more information about membership and being part of our legacy, visit our website at www.maapatl.org. Once again, that's maapatl.org. We look forward to connecting with you real soon.
Meak Productions is proud to be an official media partner for this organization.
And we're back with the last half of our first show of 2025 right here on Meak Pro Media, Special Edition News. And we're back with our in-studio guest, George Carlton, the president of MAAP, the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals. Looking for networking? There's a MAAP for that. Okay? I still use that.
There's the tagline.
That's the
Come on
tagline, baby. And if you're interested in finding out more information about MAAP or how to join, become a member, or become a sponsor, please check out all of the information that's located at the bottom of your screen, www.maapatl.org. Once again, that's maapatl.org. George,
Yes,
we've
sir.
already talked about the best of 2024.
That's right.
What's in store for 2025?
What is in store? More great stuff.
Okay.
I'll say so. We just had our board retreat, and every year we'll plan what is coming up for the year. And I'll say you should get excited because for the first time, at least that I'm aware, we have events planned in January through August of this year.
Wow.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
So they're like locked in, and we're going to have a calendar coming out of like much farther in advance. So the first event is going to be on the 22nd, I believe, of January.
Okay.
And we're working with organizations and partner businesses that, like we mentioned the last half, are really either huge supporters and allies of our community. So one of those being like Red's Beer Garden, as an example, an amazing sponsor of MAAP.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to them, you should try Red's Beer Garden.
Yes, they're very good.
An amazing couple that is huge advocates. Not just allies, but truly advocates for our community.
Located in East Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a great spot. And we're having events with the High Museum, of course, again. We're part of it.
Yes.
And hoping to drive even more connectivity with, partnerships with Out on Film, as we mentioned, with Pride Atlanta, with For the Kid and All of Us throughout the year, and others. Joining Hearts also, every year we work with them. So the goal this year is to grow, I think, of course, always our membership, but we really want to bring more, volunteers onto the board as well, and build out some board positions and work with a lot of larger corporate sponsors as well.
Gotcha.
So that'll be really, really strong, put us in a strong position to continue providing really great experiences, and then reinvest into the community. So reinvest into our members and helping them with skill development and this sort of stuff too.
Wow, that's going to be awesome, man.
It's our goal anyway. So that is unlocked, like I mentioned before, by a lot of connection between us and our partners. Because events are great, but we really want to make sure that we're enabling our members to be successful.
One of the things that I was really interested in is I wanted to know, were you all going to actually bring back one of the signature pieces that used to be a part of AEN, and then I think MAAP tried to do it a couple of times. Are you all going to try to bring back what they used to call the March Madness?
March Madness. Well, tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't know about that. One of the signature events that was a part of AEN, it was called March Madness, and it was their biggest speed networking event where, y'all done the speed networking thing before. And but it was like a big thing to where they actually used to get a big venue. And I remember the first one I went to, this is when the former Jungle nightclub used to be in existence over off of Cheshire Bridge and Faulkner Road, and they had it there a couple of times. I went to 2 of them, and I mean, professionals, executives, LGBTQ plus small business owners, everybody was in the room, and I mean, the place was jam packed, and they made sure that tables was set up and everything like that, and those who were stationary was on one side, and those who was moving on the other side, and I mean, it was really awesome, and it was like a huge one, almost like a little small mini conference.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that would be a great idea to kind of bring that back. In that type of setup, because I know y'all have done speed networking and stuff before, but not on that massive scale like it used to be. So I think that would be good for us to kind of bring that back.
I need you to foghorn to like,
yeah,
all right, y'all, move down.
Yeah, like that.
Like an auctioneer kind of thing. I mean, yeah, I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a place for that, and then for the intimate kind of small structured networking that we do, but I always think those larger events are fun.
Yeah.
But I'm a little more extroverted than some folks. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's getting close to March already, though.
I know.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of other ideas I kind of want to share with you. We're going to keep that on wraps.
All right. You'll see. Our idea man here.
We're going to keep that on wraps and stuff like that. But what is it, as we get ready to end our first show of the year? Thank you so much for kicking off our first show of the year. What can you tell the audience as far as a word of encouragement for those people who are actually, starting off the year? I know everybody made New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. I'm child, I'm so old. I ain't that old,
That's
but
not
anyway.
even true.
I don't even do resolutions no more. I say, look, if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
So, what words of encouragement do you have for members of the LGBTQ plus community, especially our young professionals and those who are actually in small business? What words of encouragement can you share with them for 2025?
What words of encouragement? Well, I think one thing that keeps me going, right, at least in volunteering with MAAP, and really whenever I feel, I don't have energy for this event, or and we all have those days where we feel like we've just spent at the end of the day and we still have to show up, is to ground in things that you're passionate about, right? So, and know that it's worthwhile to, like, when you look back, you will have been proud that or happy for the time that you invested in other people, right? So, I think we know that the spaces that are ours are not given to us in our community. we really have earned them, and you're not old, but you do have a better perspective than I do of like what it's looked like, that evolution over time, even within MAAP. AEN, the Atlanta Executive Network, was not the most public organization for a very long time when it started in 1992. So
it was the first, actually.
Right. It was the first networking organization for the LGBTQ plus community in Atlanta. At the time, being out could, you get fired for that.
Yeah.
Without hesitation. They wouldn't even try and camouflage it. So the space that we have been fought for, and they've been earned, and that's taken energy over time to show up. And even when folks are tired, they've done it for their own sake, but then also for those around them, right? So I'll say that for me, it's been very helpful at the start of this year and the last year is to pull my head out of my shell a little bit and look around at the folks around me. And if I don't have energy for myself when you feel tired or worn out, it can be worthwhile to look around and see that you might have energy for other people and to keep up the fight that we have. I'm getting a little bit into that political sphere there a little bit, but even just personally, like there are the why that drives you, either for your career goals or what you want to accomplish in this year. That can be a personal goal, but then there are probably people around you that are important to you, and so it can be worthwhile for them. Like looking around you and like showing up for others, I think is motivating for me, and hopefully for y'all.
Absolutely. That's a great way to end our show. Once again, if you're interested in being a sponsor, if you're interested in being a partner, if you're interested in membership with the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals, please, once again, check out all of the information that's located at the bottom of your screen, www.maapatl.org. Looking for networking? There's a map for that.
Thanks, Rico, and I appreciate all you do for us, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you all. I'm very proud of you and the executive team. Shout out to everybody that's still involved with MAAP, and you all are growing, and I'm glad to see this organization still carrying on. We're proud to have been a media partner with this organization for what? Is it our 13th year now? It's been
Lucky
that long.
number 13.
Yeah.
We're at least a teenager. I know that's true. Yeah.
So we're still going on strong with the organization and stuff, so we're very glad to still be supporting them and hope that you can support too. And if you would like to be a special guest on our show, because we're looking for new people to feature for our 2025 year and for our upcoming seasons and stuff, and get ready for the 10th anniversary celebration of our LGBTQ music radio show, The Various Artists Talent Showcase, where we feature nothing but the best in indie music by independent LGBTQ plus artists and our straight allies. So stay tuned for the ongoing anniversary episodes of that. Yeah, we're coming back on radio. We've been on YouTube for a minute, but we're coming back on digital radio soon with the anniversary celebrations of that. So all about indie music artists in the LGBTQ plus community. If you want that feature, hit us up at the information located at the bottom of your screen. George, thank you for coming by the studio.
Thank you. See y'all soon.
See y'all at the next episode. Happy New Year once again.
Thanks, y'all.